Share mute. I cannot get it to rotate. Okay, it just said rotate device.
What happens if you tap rotate device? Move it up and move it down.
You're gonna have to tell them we're having issues. Well, if you can hear me, we're having issues. Hi, Mega Desi. Hi, Katie. Having issues. I can't get the frickin'. It won't. It's telling me to rotate device. I can't. I cannot figure out what I'm doing wrong here tonight. And I can't get it to. Hi, Vixen. So anyway, guys, can you hear all that? It's 80 degrees and we're out here sweating.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, it looks fine.
Well, yes, but it's awkward to hold. I can't get the screen to rotate, guys, for some reason. If I turn the phone, it tells me to rotate it back. And I can't figure it out.
That's what happens when you do things spur of the moment.
Okay, that switched the view to this side.
Oh, it looks fine.
Well, hi, everybody, anyways. Would you hold that for a minute?
Why don't you just put it in that and
Because
turn
I
it in?
can't put it vertically in that.
Doesn't
That's,
that thing doesn't rotate horizontally? This is going to get really awkward if we have to sit here holding the phone like this.
yes, I can do that.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. Don't drop it in the fire.
Bear with us, guys. We got to try to figure this out. I cannot get my phone to rotate. Sorry, guys. This is a disaster.
We can't do things spur of the moment like this. We need planning.
Yeah, that ought to work. But anyways, guys, I don't know if you could hear all this around us tonight, but it's incredible. I don't recall it ever being this loud out here before. And or this freaking warm. I put jeans on so I wouldn't get eaten up by mosquitoes, and I am actually sweating.
Screw the mosquitoes. It is hot. And I mean, I work in a refrigerator all day, so it is like really, really hot.
Okay, guys, I'm good now. I got my chat going on here. I'm dying. There's everything. A lot of crickets. There has been cicadas during the day,
Fuck that, just a
but it
touch.
is like the loudest I think I've ever heard it at night out here right now.
It is really, really loud.
Hi,
There.
Veronica Man.
That's better.
A lot of you probably wondering
Tone this
about
down.
the animal control situation. He never came back.
Nope.
So he knew them assholes were lying about the situation.
Oh, they said they can't hear us. Do you have the
No,
microphone plugged in?
can't hear you that well. Let me see if I can fix it. I'll just move it closer, guys.
There we go. Is that better? Can you hear us now? I hope.
Did that help? Can you hear us better now? Probably the microphone's on the opposite side of the camera.
Yeah, everybody can always hear me. I am my father's child.
So anyways, what I just said, guys, the animal control guy, it's been almost full 3 months since he was here, and he's never came back. So he obviously knew them assholes were lying about us. In fact, the people that we know that he got the call, they used to walk by here every day with their little puppy dog, and we would talk to them and pet their little dog because they've only had it for a couple months. And I caught them a couple times, 4 times actually, standing at the end of our driveway staring at our house. The first time it was like May, and I thought, well, they're probably looking at the flowers. By the 4th time I caught them doing it, I was like, what the hell are these people staring at our house for? Well, it turns out they're good friends with the a-hole up there, and we believe they're the ones that called because Saturday,
Lean in a little bit.
because Saturday we were out by the garage, Tracy and I and another friend of ours, and he walked by with the dog and he didn't even look at us or nothing. Normally in the past he would have stopped and chatted with us, but he just walked by without saying a word or looking at us.
Which leads into a funny story because this morning I was leaving for work and I went to turn out of the driveway and they were walking the dog past our driveway. And I pulled out and I started heading down our road and I said, you know what? Screw it. And I stopped and I turned around and I sat at the end of the road, just a couple doors down, facing them, watching them, because if they would have stopped in my driveway again, they would have gotten an earful from me. So basically, I just sat there and they were giving me funny looks, but I just sat there shooting daggers at them because it was like, yeah, I'm watching you. How does it feel to be uncomfortable? How does it feel to be looked at?
So yeah, the whole situation with living here right now just sucks with having these a-hole type people living around you. And I don't know how many of you saw my post or talking about the motion light that you've all seen across the river is gone.
Hi, Shadow.
Jerk off up on the hill there was across the river on his tractor Monday, and I watched him drive across. I watched him go over across front of his house, and then I sat down and I heard the tractor idling for quite some time, and I got up and I just happened to look over and I saw him standing on the edge of the river holding his hand up. Well, I thought he might have been just waving at his wife or something. That was before I discovered our motion light or solar light was gone. I believe he was holding up our solar light to say, hey, I got it. We didn't notice a miss until Wednesday night because we didn't come out here Tuesday night or Monday night, right?
It was Tuesday night
Tuesday
we
night,
noticed
yeah,
it.
Tuesday night we noticed a miss, and well, I went over there yesterday and looked. It didn't fall down or get knocked down in the weeds. It's just flat out gone. So
Now here's the kicker. He doesn't own that property. He knows the people that own that property. So it's like, how do you know that they didn't put that light up there?
right, and honestly, guys, what does it hurt to have that solar light's been hanging there since before he owned that house? It's been there over 3 years.
It's been there longer than that.
Right. So what is the problem with that light being there? No.
Who knows? Who knows? He's a psycho.
You know, in fact, if they're sitting outside, they probably can hear us talking because we're talking loud enough for you guys to hear us.
Ask me if I care.
Right.
When you have somebody, he's been coming up here all of his life. I've been coming up here over 20 years. You're not going to have one person move into the neighborhood and decide that he wants to have a kingdom and buy every property that he can so that he can have his little, land grab over here and sit up on his porch and overlook his little kingdom. Sorry,
Exactly.
that's not going to happen.
I did, there's another guy that lives here that we didn't see eye to eye very often. In fact, we almost got in 2 fistfights about our road washing out when he was on the board.
You're not even in the camera.
Oh, I'm leaning forward. Y'all don't need to see my ugly mug as long as you can hear me. But anyways, him and I did not see eye to eye. We had several run-ins about the road washing out there and all that. And
Amongst other things.
yeah, but anyway, so we didn't talk very much, very rarely even waved at each other. But the other day, he had bought this pole building down the road here, and I knew he had cats, and I was just curious because I ran into him in the hardware the other day, and he said he had 3 cats, and I was like, well, I knew he had 2. Where'd he get the 3rd one? And I was curious if he had come up missing any cats. So I actually stopped the other day and talked to him. Well, it turns out him and I have an enemy in common because he can't stand that guy either. And he was telling me some of the shitty things he's done to him. He screwed him out of buying some property and all this stuff. And I was like, wow, the enemy of my enemy
Is
is
my
my
friend.
friend. So he was like, we got to figure out a way to drive him out of here. We got to figure out a way to make it so uncomfortable he don't want to live here anymore. So
I mean, it already happened in the place where he used to live. He was apparently driven
Driven
out
out.
of there. So I'm sure he made so many friends like he has here. You know, the wife came down here the other day for our neighbor and brought him a plate of food. So 3 years ago, you put a plate of dog crap in front of his door with a note on it that says, "Thanks, neighbor."
that's the first thing we ever saw that guy do or even knew who he was.
Yep. Came down there, put a plate right in front of his door, and put that on there. And now they're going to come down and bring him food. Spare me.
Yeah. And then somebody just asked me about Carl. Well, Carl told me last week, because we've invited him down to several fires, well, the earlier it gets dark, the earlier I go to bed. That was his answer. So he's maybe laying in bed looking at porn, probably, knowing Carl. But the other day, jerk off up on the hill, I could tell he was going to come down here and cut Art's grass because we've been cutting it, but we slacked a little bit on it. And I told Carl I thought he was going to come down, and then I saw his name's Tom, by the way. We may tell you his last name at some point. Was up there cutting his grass, and I texted Carl and I said, man, I think he's getting ready to come down and hit Art's grass. Well, he ain't welcome down here. Art said he don't want him down here, but Art won't come out and tell him that.
I will.
But anyways,
I'll be glad to.
15 minutes later, he come down the driveway on his lawnmower and started cutting Art's grass, and I called Carl on the phone. I said, you need to get your ass down here, man. He's starting to cut Art's grass. Carl said, I'm standing here right now, and I looked out, and Carl was standing right over there. So Carl went right over to him and said, man, what are you doing? You're taking money out of my pocket. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I was just trying to help. And Carl's like, well, your help ain't needed here. So he took off out of here. But still, you know, to have that a-hole right in there 20 feet from me, oh, my God, does my blood boil.
I mean, and here's the thing. Chloe and Daisy are missing. My two calicos. My two cats that you know from looking at them.
They want more light.
Ugh. Well, then you get in the picture. All it is me.
I'm trying to figure out how to get more light.
There you go.
Is that
But
any better?
it's really...
Well, my phone sucks, guys. I cannot figure out how to turn it horizontally.
We didn't have this problem before, but all of a sudden we do. But see, my two calicos are missing. Now, the one thing that you know when you see a calico is that a calico is a female. So I'm assuming that he either trapped them and dumped them somewhere, or he shot them. One of those two things, because they're females and he didn't want kittens. Well, guess what? All my animals are fixed. You're never going to see a kitten around here.
You know,
You know how you know things, but you just can't prove
it.
things? Yeah, we know.
Daisy never took off for more than one night. She was...
Never.
My trail cameras are on almost every single night, and I review them almost every single day. Sometimes I might go 2 or 3 days, but when I would review those videos on there, Daisy was on there every night. She really didn't go anywhere.
Not my Pudge. My Pudge didn't go anywhere. So yeah, those two cats. I'm so upset.
So any of you guys know any legal solutions to, you know, drive somebody out?
I don't really care if they're legal or not as long as they're secretive.
Yeah, well, having a public platform like this, it kind of changes things a little bit on what you say, what you type. Even some of my messages could be used against me, the things I've talked about. Because that gives me motive, no doubt about it. And Mr. Raven, too, we saw him one time since May.
But he's living somewhere, clearly,
Yeah, we
because
think
he
is,
hadn't
but-
lost an ounce. But Daisy and Chloe, no. Because like I said, you know that a female cat, you know, calicos are females. And I'm sure that that was the theory. So God only knows where my beloved little calico girls ended up.
You know,
But, you know, there is a special place in hell for people like this man. And his wife, who is complicit in it because she apparently does nothing to stop him.
yeah, it turns out We found out her maiden last name, and she was related to a local farm that's not too far from here. She married somebody, and that guy ended up committing suicide. So apparently he had alcohol problems and whatnot, but did she have anything to do with it? Maybe we'll get fortunate and she'll drive this one to suicide.
My whole thing is, I said, you know how women are. I said, and I can't wait to get the opportunity to look at her and say, why the hell are you married to this idiot? Is it just because of the money and you're waiting to drive him to commit suicide too? I'd just like to shred her.
You know,
Oh, I'm sure he is mean to her, but you know what? Then leave.
that's what we thought, guys. And that's what somebody
Then
else,
leave.
that's what that other guy that I talked to the other night thought too, because he said when they drive by on their side by side together, neither one of them waves, but if she drives by in her car by herself, she'll wave. That says a lot.
Well, her silence says more to me, because if you're not going to stop your asshole husband from harming animals. Oh, and apparently he went down and introduced himself to the new people in the Vista, and basically showed them, lifted up his shirt and showed him that he wears his gun wherever he goes.
You know,
Why? You're 3 doors away from your house and you feel the need to be armed at all times. What does that tell you about this person? This person has obviously made enemies.
I know,
Clearly.
Donald. I wish we could prove something. We just really can't prove anything, but even the DNR guy that came here agreed with me. Oh, yeah, he's shooting animals. Just from what I told him, what I showed him.
Well, he better not do it anymore.
It just sucks, guys, every morning because at this time of the year, it's impossible to get all the cats in every night. It's just not going to happen. So it's like every morning, because we have a window there that the cats go in and out. I'm sure some of you have seen it, but because of the raccoon situation around here, we can't leave it open at night anymore. Years ago we did, but we can't anymore because the raccoons come right in the house at night.
Sometimes there were possums in the
Yeah,
house.
possums
Sometimes it
been
was
in the house
raccoons.
twice. One time the possum wasn't even on the table. He was down on the floor.
It was just a little guy.
So,
He was just a
but
baby.
anyway, so some of the cats are staying out all night, which, you know, not much we can do about it. All the older cats stay right here in the yard. They don't even go anywhere. But it just sucks every morning to have to go, okay, did you see Domino? Did you see, you know, whichever cat? You know, inventorying your cats every morning.
I mean, we did that anyway, but it was never out of fear. It was just out of, who have you seen today, who haven't you?
You know. But having the air conditioner on, it sucks because who knows what could be going on out here at night with the AC running. We wouldn't hear nothing. So.
I can hear it through the window when I'm at night. I mean, I'm 8 inches away from the window. But, so help me God, if I ever find that man on my property, he is going to be arrested for trespassing.
You hit it, Mega Desi. That's what I said. He's either a coward or a pussy. That's why he's got to carry that gun.
Yep. Bingo.
Or both.
Or he has the smallest penis known
I
to
did have a
mankind.
thought, though, guys, about we have another solar light exactly like the one he took. The one that was over there was only hanging from the tree. They can be mounted, you know, screw the screws all the way in so it's fastened securely. And I was thinking about putting our other one over there and then putting a whole bunch of dog shit on the ground all around it so you'd have to walk through the dog shit to get it. That's pretty harmless, right?
Well, see, my whole thing is I would like to ask the property owner, because he's not the property owner, even though he likes to act like he owns everything that he sees. He's not the property owner. And the funny thing is that there used to be a guy that used to walk his dog every single day, and apparently knows them, related to them, whatever. Every day he walked his dog, Sadie, because Sadie would sometimes come across the river and say hi. He hasn't been there for ages. So apparently he's already turned this guy off too. Well, that guy is one of the guys that owns that property. So I don't think that they had a problem with that light. It's been there for years.
I have no problem with guns, Dell. You don't go around flaunting the fact you're carrying a gun, though, like pulling up your shirt going, I carry this everywhere I go. I highly doubt you're doing that.
I hardly think that you're sitting on your back porch with your gun strapped to
Yeah.
your hip.
Yeah, really. for somebody sitting on a deck around here with a gun strapped to their hip, like what the hell could you possibly be afraid of? There aren't even bears around here.
According to Carl, there are, but no, there's not. But yeah, that's the thing. You know, it's like you can't even walk outside the door of your house without the gun strapped to your hip. That's ridiculous. And as I said, if I would have been those people, I would have been like, you need to get off my property right now.
Yeah, no kidding. Thanks for coming too, Dell. Appreciate it. This was a spur of the moment thing. I thought, well, let's go live. It's so beautiful. I hope it's as nice over there for you tonight as it is for us over here.
Actually, even if it was cool out, I don't think we could have the windows open because I don't think we'd be able to sleep.
Can you guys hear the insects and all that?
And the frogs,
And frogs and all that?
lots of peepers.
You know who's late, guys? Can anybody guess who's not here yet?
Oh, wait, she'll be busting in here in about 10 minutes. Sorry.
It is hot, Dell. It sucks, actually.
Okay, harmonica come in. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm sweating sitting here because I put jeans on so I wouldn't get eaten alive.
I'm sweating sitting here and I don't have jeans on. I have capris on. But like I said, I'm working in like 45-degree temperatures all day, and then when I come home to this, it's like, oh God, kill me.
I'd have to guess Megadesi's in his mid-60s.
Oswald, come here and show everybody how gorgeous you are. Come on, Ozzy.
He's bald as a cue ball, but he wears a hat all the time. He might be pushing 70. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Now that I'm getting old, it's hard to tell when someone's actually old.
Show everyone how gorgeous you are. They can't see. They can't see how gorgeous you are.
You guys see handsome Mr. Oswald.
Oh my Lord.
I got a better idea.
Ooh, there's one giant mat. Ozzy's like Velcro. Being a long-haired cat, this mat is made up mostly of little sticks. He got down because I pulled a mat off his neck.
We want to get behind him on his side-by-side some night and use that.
It's so fed up. I'm so sick of just somebody thinking that they can just come over here and just steal my joy of life. That's not going to happen.
Hi, Banana. It's a long story. It is very strange. It has to do with some of our animals have come up missing. 3 months ago, someone made a false claim to animal control about our neglect, that we had 30 to 40 neglected cats, and animal control came here, saw the condition of our cats. We don't have 30 freaking cats. We don't even have half that many cats. And he saw nothing was wrong, hasn't been back since. So they filed a false report on us. Why they weren't charged with that, I don't know. But that's the short story of it. And since then, 2 of our cats have come up missing. Absolutely missing. One of them's questionable.
Ozzy is Ozzy 4? I think
Hello,
4.
who's Duncan?
I think he's 4. I always have to look at the paperwork. The only one I know for sure Sassy, because I know how she was just a baby when we got her.
Well, I can see me better on here than I can on there. I guess. Nah, that's pretty good.
Mine looks pretty good. New phone. I had to get a new phone.
Yeah, it's the other ones that are bad. The 2 on the screen are badass. How's that? Or we're gonna be. We're gonna only be pushed so far, guys.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's ridiculousness. Yeah, I had to get a new phone because my old one stopped charging. So this is my first live stream this is actually the first thing on YouTube I'm watching on the new phone. It looks pretty good.
Catitude's missing, guys. What's up with that?
She may not have gotten.
Probably didn't get. You know what? I'll tell you guys that are here now. I wrote YouTube about the issues. Um, have a hearing impaired subscriber that says the closed captioning is not working. I'm uploading
With closed captions.
with closed captioning on the same settings I've always chose. They always used to work, and now they're not. Um, I also wrote YouTube about you guys not getting notifications, and YouTube wrote me back and said they checked the settings and everything is working as it should be. Well, bullshit, it can't be. You guys wouldn't be telling me you're not getting notifications. It's actually a man that's the issue, that's a neighbor, but he is married, so. No, this is both Mike and Tracy here. The neighbors live
Over there.
about 250 feet that way.
Enough about them. I'm sick of talking about them. I'm sick of thinking about them.
I think they're firecrackers.
They,
I think.
they are. They're firecrackers. Not a big deal.
It's unfortunate we decided to go live late though, because a lot of our regular subscribers are in the UK.
Yeah. Holy cow, it is late.
It's really late for them over there. It'll be 2:10 in the morning, right? Yes, they're only 5 hours ahead of us.
Okay.
Are you still here, Dell? NMB? I was going to ask you about your getting hit by a rock. Oh, did you guys hear coyotes? I didn't hear it. Oh,
Ouch.
is that coyotes over there?
I don't
We
hear
should have
them.
waited a little while to go live because the full moon's coming up right straight across from us. Yeah, is anybody here with a new name that we would have known them by their old name? Like Creature of the Night, are you still here? I'm guessing Northern Michigan Bigfoot checked out.
Yeah.
I know, this ain't his kind of stuff.
And I mean, honestly, we know people have guns, and that's not a big deal, but why in the world do you have to show brand new neighbors? I carry this everywhere I go. If I was a brand new neighbor, I'd be like, why? Is this safe up here? Why would you do that? I mean, not that things are really safe. We have a rather funny police scanner story from earlier in the week too.
Oh my god, do tell this story. Listen up, guys.
So, scanners on as usual. We don't really pay, it's just on in the background all the time. Well, Mike happened to hear a call for smoke coming out of a house, and he was like, "Hey, that's right near my boss's son's house." And he looked up the address and he went, "Oh my God, that is his house." And I mean this totally seriously, some meth head was living on his back property, camping out on his back property, and he didn't know that she was there. While he was gone, she went in his house, took some guns, took a whole bunch of stuff out of the house, and set his house on fire. It's a total loss. But I had to call one of the guys that I work with, and I'm like, call your brother and tell him that his house is on fire. And he was like, what? I said, his house is on fire.
That was Thursday night. That was crazy. And the story made the local news on TV.
Oh, and I didn't even tell you. Adam had a before and after picture of her. Had a picture of her like 5 years ago.
Oh, really?
She was very pretty. She
Looked
was,
like it.
and now, oh my lord.
Yeah, you could see under the meth face that she used to be pretty.
Yeah, you know, you ever watch that thing, The Faces of Meth? Seriously. But yeah, she broke into his house and set his house on fire. And basically, the house was closed up and it acted like an oven. It basically incinerated everything in the house.
Because it was all closed up. And like a lot of us around here, he didn't lock his house, so she was living in the back property in the woods, and there was an abandoned car or two back there. Apparently, she was sleeping in the car.
Uh huh.
And we heard it on the scanner. The police dispatcher said, well, the neighbor called us back and said there's a girl in the backyard, and when he approached her, she told him to get the hell away from him. Leave me alone. It's like, well, what's up with that? Well, the first name we heard on the scanner was Billy's ex-wife's name. We thought, oh my God, did she really do that?
No,
And then
she
it turned
wouldn't
out,
do
no,
that.
it was this meth head living in the woods. But man,
Yeah, so it was like, wow, you've got to be kidding me.
you just never know.
And then we said it should be a farmer's insurance commercial. Crackhead campfire. Seen it, covered it.
Yep. Crackhead indoor campfire. Hi, Johnny. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it was the most. I said it was just one of those stories that you're like, I cannot believe this actually happened to you.
Yeah.
Now my boss is really excited because his son is living with him again.
He already had gotten his son's dog. This particular son whose house burned got his dog because he wasn't there often enough to care for the dog. So her boss took the dog and pretty much is his dog now.
Yep. Well, that's what he said today. He was like, first I got the dog, then I got him. I like the dog better.
Hi, kitty. Hi, Shelby. Where'd our little flashlights go, dear?
I think one's on the ground. One's right there.
I gotta grab some wood, guys. Be right back. Or put some wood on, I should say.
But as for the Bigfoot activity around here, we have heard a few very strange things. Fall is when they tend to get more active around here, so we are hoping against hope that we're going to be getting some pickup in activity.
Something's gonna throw effing rocks again. It took 2 years. The first time it happened, it was almost 2 years later till it happened again.
Hi,
Year
Shelby.
and a half, anyways.
Shelby. Come on, Shelbs.
But I do believe it
Say
will
hi.
happen. It will happen again. I do believe. Oh, and speaking of that, the last time it happened was the first day my neighbor Patty was back from Florida. Well, Patty's coming back from Florida September 24th, so that's kind of getting into fall. So
Why would she go to Florida for the summer and then come back in September?
but she still works,
I know, but
unfortunately.
it's backwards.
And she got so disappointed, guys. This is kind of sad. Her husband Keith passed away a year ago, May.
I thought it was longer. No,
April,
2 years ago.
Maybe 2 years ago. But anyways, Keith, her husband, had always said, well, if anything ever happens to me, don't worry, you're going to be set. You won't have to work. You won't have to work anymore. That turned out to not be true, guys, which is so sad because she's stuck working. That's why she's still in Florida.
Did he not have life insurance?
Apparently not.
Ooh, that's scary. Who put in the new dock over there, by the way?
Patty's cousin.
Spiffy. Oh wow, that moon is coming up directly across the
from
river.
us.
That is
Yeah.
really cool.
But yeah, we've heard things. In fact, I have my audio recorder, microphone, and stuff out here tonight. Well, man, it's so amplified that the way these insects and stuff are tonight, it's just gonna blow my ears out if I sit and listen. And a lot of times I don't hit the button quick enough. My recorder's got a pre-record function, so if I hear something and I hit the button, it pre-recorded 2 seconds before I actually hit the button, so I don't miss anything. It used to be I didn't know it did that, and I'd have to wait till I heard something and I'd hit the button. Well, that would cut off. It would only start recording as soon as I hit the button. Well, it pre-records so I don't miss anything if I'm quick enough on the button. Well, Thursday night when we were out here, that
little video I put up the other night with that one little whoop before the dog started barking. Well, I heard that 4 or 5 times before I actually hit the button, so I only captured one of the damn whoops. But it set that dog off pretty bad that night.
Yeah.
And there is a big dog out here somewhere straight south of us. We can't figure out why, because there is no houses. At least the next road over is a mile straight south of us. There's no houses between us and that. And there's really no houses straight south of us. There's another road down there that kind of tees into that road, and there's houses down there about another quarter mile. So they're quite far, but sound also travels quite far up here. So
This is a little bit. Little brat. Hi. What's going on?
that's freaky, Randall. I didn't forget your name. Yes, please explain a little further.
Yeah, that's a little creepy. Hi.
You are living pretty rural too, aren't you? From what you explained to me.
Hi, slow paw. Got the slow paw.
You guys, I don't know how many of you are aware of this or saw my post on the community page a couple of weeks ago, but how many of you guys know who Todd Standing is? The Bigfoot guy?
Controversial Bigfoot guy.
Controversial Bigfoot guy that did Survivor Man Bigfoot, a couple episodes where he went out with Survivor Man. He does a live show almost every Wednesday night. Well, about 3 weeks ago, I got the notification for the live show, so I was watching the live show.
He always does. He always watches.
Almost always watch it just because it's pretty cool. A lot of, people are in it. 200-300 people in the chat sometimes. Anyways, I wrote, "Hello, Todd," and everyone else. Well, I looked at my comment, and my name was highlighted in blue with the moderator symbol next to it. Todd Standing made me a moderator on his live chat. I didn't ask for it. It's so funny.
Huh.
Yeah, I know they do. He's sure dedicated, though. I mean, Jesus Christ, to go out where he goes out there in the radium area where there's absolutely nothing for, 100 miles?
Wow.
That's roughing it. That's really roughing it. I don't think you do that to fake something.
I don't either.
There she is. We are 40 minutes late tonight. What's up with that?
We knew she'd be here.
Thank you, Banana. Hi, Catitude.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, Sue. She was the other one I was going to mention.
We knew you'd get here eventually. Oh, Catitude's here. Time to go, guys.
Yeah, we got to go.
That's usually how it works. Oh, man. That fire is really, really hot. Whew.
What's the temperature down there in Florida, Catitude, tonight? Because it feels like the Florida swamp here tonight.
We're not.
Yes, he definitely has a lot of controversy around him.
Yes.
But if you ever watch his live show, he's passionate about the subject. I don't believe he's faking. I've been following him for long enough. I don't think he's faking.
Yeah, he's seen some things. Oh my God, it is hot.
It is very warm here. Oh my God, I can't believe how warm it is tonight.
And here we are sitting in front of a fire.
Yeah, tonight would have been a good night to sit in the dark.
It really would.
No doubt about it, with this little light on.
Fire really not necessary unless it's keeping the bugs away.
Well, you got us beat. I think it's still about 80 here, but it was 69% humidity when we checked before we came out here. Hi, Vixen.
Oh, miserable hot.
No, we were just joking.
Usually Catitude shows up just as we're like signing off, so we're kidding.
You guys can help us carry the conversation because I had no idea what to talk about tonight, so.
Nope, we're just getting on here, just having a little discuss. Campfire talk.
Catitude, this was the spur of the moment thing. I posted, we were going live 15 minutes before we were going live, kind of as a test to see if HOTG decided to go live tonight, because he hasn't been live that I've seen for quite a while.
Yeah, but it's a little late for him.
Yeah, he is an old F. Wait, no, I'm 7 years older than him.
I'm like, he's younger than you and he's younger than me. I'm staying up late because it's my only day off tomorrow, so it's my late night.
Right now it's about 79, 80 degrees with 69% humidity. It's just muggy AF right now.
It's horrible. It's horrible. And like I said, working in the meat department, we keep it like 45, 48 degrees in there. And I sit in this and it just kills me.
Oh my God, what was that? I had something I could share with you guys if I can remember. I just told you this yesterday. It was a joke, I think. Do you remember it?
I try to blank them
I'm
out.
blanking, guys, on something pretty funny.
Horrible jokes. I try to blank them just right out of my
Ask them
mind.
that trivia question that I asked you earlier.
Well, I would if I could figure out what the trivia question was because the way that you said it wasn't right.
Okay, the trivia question is, if I can do it correctly, what three-letter word can be formed using 3 letters from 8 different presidents' last name?
This is not what he told me. When he asked me the question, he said the last letter of the
No.
of 8 different presidents'
Using 3
names.
letters out of 8 different presidents, their last name, what word can be made? It's a pretty simple answer, actually. I got it right away because of my last name.
Sue said it's 3:20 a.m. She just woke up.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Christina Whitlock was here. I didn't even see her.
Hi, Christina.
She's saying good night because it's late in the early.
Thanks for dropping in.
Early,
We appreciate
late.
it. Well, guys, we broke a record for the most in the chat ever. I don't believe we've ever had 21 people before.
I don't think we have.
So none of you can figure out the trivia question?
I couldn't figure it out either because of the way that he asked me. He asked it wrong.
I thought it made perfect sense.
Yeah, but when you said it to me, you said using the last letter of 8 different, and I was like, huh?
Well, stump your friends with the newfound knowledge, because the answer is son, S-O-N. What was the frickin' joke I told you yesterday that was so ridiculously stupid it was funny?
That's your opinion. I agree with the so ridiculously stupid part.
Check this. I'm sorry, guys. 40 years of smoking's kicking my ass. All right, guys, I was thinking about this. Let me know what you think. I was thinking about forming an adults-only hide-and-go-seek league, but I'm finding really good players are hard to find.
Pity me, please.
Anybody get it?
Have mercy on me.
Yes, the river's right behind us, about 10 feet from the camera.
Tripping distance.
Hi, Juanita. Okay, I guess that was a stupid joke.
See, he said so ridiculously awful that it was funny. I agree with the ridiculously awful part.
That's a good one, Harmonica Man. YouTube, I had to show that joke. YouTube was hiding it. The mosquitoes are not bad right here right now. I'm so surprised. Somebody told me a good little Johnny joke.
yesterday. Hang on. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I don't have Messenger on this phone anymore.
Oh, are you using your old phone?
Yeah.
You probably should have been using my phone. My old phone. It still has like a 40% charge.
Well, I still got 69%.
Yeah, I had to get a new phone this week because mine just decided to stop charging, or charged so slowly that it really didn't charge.
Oh, come on.
Oh my
I don't
god.
know my friggin' Facebook password anymore.
I wrote all mine down before I switched my phone because I knew I would be running into that exact problem. Oh, cheesy, cheesy jokes. Oh, Lord.
Oh, guys, I can't share that joke with you. Darn it. It was a little Johnny joke. It was cute. All right, back to reality.
Oh my god, that fire's
Well, did you get that stupid joke, Harmonica Man? Or is it so stupid I need to tell it again?
hot. He's thinking of forming an adult hide and go seek league, but good players are hard to find. This is my life. Good.
Oh, God, I hear one.
This is my
I
life.
hear a joke of the day every day on the radio show I listen to, and I'll be darned if I can think of any of
Joke
them
of
right
the
now.
day. Bad joke of the day.
Okay, you got an LOL. I'll take it from
Yeah.
your telling of it.
Yeah. Lovely. Yep, ladies, see what you're missing? 23 and a half years of this.
Oh, Catitude, I wrote YouTube about the notifications issue, and they checked it out, and they told me notifications are working as they're intended. They're working properly. And I wrote them back and said, well, that's kind of funny because I got my subscribers telling me they're not getting notifications. The only thing I can suggest, they didn't even suggest this, but would be to unsubscribe and resubscribe, or turn off all notifications and then close out the browser page, whatever, and then open it up and then turn on all notifications, and make sure you got your settings set for all notifications. That's my only suggestion. The closed captioning thing, she asked me to send her a screenshot. Well, a screenshot of what? An effing blank page with no words on it? How am I supposed to show you the closed captioning's not working if there's nothing there to show you? Really great, help they have there.
Well, see, the thing is, I think we all know that with YouTube, your notifications go out based on your subscribers.
Yeah, the money, this ain't a high dollar channel, man. It takes me 4 months to make $100, and that ain't no lie. So we're not a priority to them.
Yeah. You got a million followers and making them hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, then they might take you into consideration.
Catitude, did you ever try asking Kevin about us again? It still bothers the hell out of me, because I have every video 5 times that he recommended our channel. All 5 freaking videos. And he was the nicest guy in the world when he recommended us. I like the guy, although I'll probably never meet him, all that, blah, blah, blah. And it still bothers the hell out of me. Why did we get blocked? What could I have possibly done to get us blocked, especially her?
Not that I care. I'm done. You want to be petty about something? Done.
I mean, I know a couple of you know, but we actually bought a cheap little toy drone, which was actually a pretty good, fun little drone, because my friend Ken that passed away bought one, and we used to fly it around his house, and it was a ton of fun. So we bought the same exact drone, and we sent it to Kevin with a letter, and basically just said, hey Kevin, hey, I still love your channel, thanks for helping us out,
we thought this little drone might come in handy with your sense of humor. You might be able to use it in a video and would probably,
Say that he
just,
finally got a drone.
let's say you finally got a drone and it probably would be funny. He never even acknowledged that he received that drone. Like, what the hell's up with that?
You know, I probably thought that we were stalking him or something, which we're not. Sue Warren said she got blocked too.
I thought about actually writing him a physical letter and sending it to him, but is it worth it?
Nope.
And he might have said to somebody like you, Sue, I believe you said that he said it was really hard to go in and unblock somebody. Bullshit, it's not.
It's not.
You go in, I checked it out. You go in to your settings, you find your blocked subscribers, and they come up in alphabetical order. It's not hard to find somebody that you blocked.
Yep. And you know, he said it might have been blocked accidentally. It's not. It's a two-step process to block someone from
I
your
know
channel.
it, Del, but before we knew of your channel, last October and November or September, October, he mentioned us in five different videos that he did.
We never said a
We
word.
never said a word to him.
He
other
just
than,
up and just
yeah,
recommended
one day
us.
we were watching it and I just shit and I'm like, oh my god, he just recommended our channel, and he's like, let's help him get to 1,000 subscribers. We were under 100 the first time he recommended us. We only had like 57 subscribers the first time he mentioned us.
Yep. Yeah, so he did that just, out of the clear blue sky, and then he did it several more times, and then all of a sudden we're blocked.
I got all 5 videos. In fact, if I didn't think I'd get in trouble, I would share all 5 of those videos on my channel where he recommended us to show you how many times he recommended us. But probably can't do that because it's his content.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, it was just bizarre. But like I said, when people do petty stuff like that to me, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Moving on.
Crazy. We'll always thank him for helping us, no doubt about that. We'll always be appreciative of that.
Yep, absolutely. But you know what? Moving on. The older I get, the more I just don't put up with crap like that. The more I'm just like, see ya.
We both have a saying, and a lot of you probably do, people suck.
My boss has a great saying. There's 2 kinds of people in this world, and I hate them both. I said, yep, there we go.
Yeah, I kind of figured that, Del. Wonder if I could use just the audio.
Don't even bother.
I know it.
Don't even bother. Don't even let it bother you.
But it was just a crappy way to find out. We were on one of his live feeds months ago,
Yep.
and Catitude was saying our comments weren't showing up, and then Tracy typed something, it showed up, and then it disappeared. And then we realized we were both blocked. Any raccoons yet?
I thought I heard something.
Raccoons have been weird around here lately, guys. Last night I put dry food out, and there was still dry food left this morning.
But there were people here, and they were loud, and they were out. And they were loud, and after that, I think the raccoons are just a little bit timid to come back over. They're used to us, but they weren't used to people sitting around a fire and making all kinds of noise, so I
Oh
think
my
it spooked
God,
them.
guys, we didn't do much out here. There were 4 women staying next door. I guess cousin of his or something, I don't know, and 3 of her girlfriends. And talk about cackling hens by the fire, oh my God. My trail camera is about 25 feet to the right of us. Their fire pit's about 60 feet to the left of us. And my trail cameras were picking them up. If the trail camera triggered the raccoon or cat or whatever, you could hear them yakking on my trail camera 100 feet from their fire pit.
They were having fun.
Yeah, it don't happen often that there's anybody sitting out by the fire, so. Is he really, Vixen? I haven't watched. I've tried to watch again every now and then, but it just, And I think, guys, the reason I got blocked is I made fun of one of his blanket monsters. I made a comment about the blanket monster one time, but I put LOL after my comment.
You know, he was just joking around.
But
See, there's one thing you will never get on this channel. We will never discuss politics, and we will never discuss religion. Everybody has their own beliefs, and you are entitled to them.
you know,
You don't want to know ours, we don't need to know yours.
for sure.
Everybody has their opinions. That's ridiculous.
Anybody watch the video that he just posted? The last one, I think it said about the creepy voices. Did he really actually have creepy voices? Or was he whispering to the phone?
See, I always disliked that kind of stuff. I hate when I see stuff like that because it's the integrity is just gone. It's like, are you making fun of the subject or are you serious about the subject?
You know, I'll give him credit for being creative, because I couldn't get in front of the damn camera every day like that and think of things to talk about. It's just not me. Yeah, definitely the entertainment.
Yeah,
It's gotten not so entertaining though.
but you know, it's when you take a subject like, you know, Bigfoot, Sasquatch. What's the new name? Sabe.
Sabe.
Whatever you want to call them. I don't care what you want to call them. But, you know, the thing is, when you take a subject like that, hi Willow, and you start to make fun of it, well, at the same time trying to say that, you know, you're trying to be serious half the time, and then half the time you're making fun of it. I don't know. It just, the integrity's gone, and it's like, how can anybody believe anything that you're doing or saying? Because now, if you do stuff like that and then you really do get some type of evidence, who's gonna believe it?
Crazy lake creature of the night.
It's funny he says that too. You know, very sensitive about things that people say on his channel, and it's like, but at the same time, he's sitting there saying that he's not sensitive about those things.
You know,
Well, are you? Aren't you?
you shouldn't even be talking about him, really. First started watching this channel 3 to 4 years ago or whatever. The first time I saw him, he was walking in the snow, walking and talking, and I'm like, well, this is pretty neat. He's out in the middle of nowhere. Maybe he's got something going on here, something going on there. But then it just kind of, it went downhill, and I don't know if any of you follow Unfrequented World, Gary Reed, but he is of the opinion, and I agree with him 100%. Well, he's selling his damn books is what he's selling,
Yeah.
and his little Bigfoot Sasquatch research kits and sticks. We got all these seed money for cedar branches. You don't see us cutting our trees down over here, cutting branches off them to sell.
I burn them.
Yeah, we burn them because we enjoy it.
I burn. Exactly, Harmonica Man. I've just been cracking up because all of a sudden the Sabe thing has popped up, and I'm like, I haven't heard Bigfoot even getting upset about being called Bigfoot. Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Sabe, Yeti. Hey, man. Yes, Johnny Half, that is a really good description of him.
It's always going to be Bigfoot, one or the other, probably.
Well, I'll tell you, it's always going to be Bigfoot to me because of In Search of.
I'm going to say this, and hopefully nobody's offended, but if they ever throw rocks again, it's not me. Those fuckers are throwing rocks again.
Damn critters are throwing rocks. I'll see. It's just funny because I think because of In Search of, when I always used to watch In Search of with my dad every Saturday, and when I was little, remember the book club that you had at school where you could order books like once a month and get like, you know, $2 and $3 books.
No, I was a burnout.
Of course, you don't remember that, but
Reading.
the
What's that?
Scholastic Book Club used to have a little form, and they would have different books every month, and you could order books. And every book that I think my mother was becoming concerned because I was like 9 years old, and I'm ordering like Mysteries of UFOs and Bigfoot in America, and every book I was getting was like about ghosts and werewolves and vampires, and she was just like, okay.
Well, I totally enjoy Steve's stories. I mean, man, the crazy, crazy things that people write in. You know, all that can't be made up.
Yikes.
There's no way.
No, but again, he's making a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, but a lot of people on Steve's channel
Lot
comment,
of
"Well, he's
money.
doing all this for free." Bullshit. If he's monetized, he's making money hand over
He's
fist. Because I
monetized.
know what can happen when you have two videos that do extremely well. How much money you can make.
Not even extremely well, just moderately well.
Yeah, moderately well.
A
Like,
few thousand views, and I mean, if you're getting, 5,000. What was like 5,000 views in one day?
yeah, and ended up like a little under 200,000 views on one and 160 on another. It was good money for 2 months, but now it's nothing.
No, no, no. I'm talking about his videos,
Oh, he's getting 4,000 views an hour, 5,000 views an hour.
which means that he's making
He's getting 7 million views a month on average, 7 to 8 million views a month.
so.
And we researched it. If you get 1 million views a month, you can get up to $30,000 for 1 million views.
So he might be getting.
He could be getting $200,000 a month from his videos. So don't tell me he's doing that shit for free. I'm sorry, I like the channel, but he ain't doing it for free.
I don't. I don't like him. The you have to believe how he believes, or else you're nothing. I'm sorry, I don't like him. But the thing is, he's making all that money off telling other people's stories.
The one issue, I'm sorry, Del, if this offends you, but the one issue I have is him putting down Todd Standing and calling him out for charging people to go on expeditions. Well, what the fuck does he do when he takes people out charter fishing? He's charging them for expeditions.
Or takes
It's
them out
fun.
elk hunting.
Or elk hunting. Those are expeditions nonetheless. It's just a different species. So
Yep.
he has no right to say that about Todd Standing taking people out on expeditions.
And he has no right to tell people that you don't go hunting for these things. You shouldn't go looking for them, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people that see them or hear them or
Become obsessed with them.
become obsessed with them because they want to see them again, because it's like, prove it to me again, show yourself to me again, because you're in such disbelief.
But I truly don't believe he's doing that crap for free.
No, he's not.
Well, how long have we been here, guys?
A while.
Well, we started at 10:45, so it's been an hour. I can't believe that.
I can, we're just
Hi,
yapping.
Fluffy. Another fellow Michigander. Welcome. Yeah, I wish our channel would do great, but it doesn't. It doesn't really bother me all that much. I can't make activity. The other things that I show you, the nighttime videos, the fires, the trail camera, whatever.
We appreciate you guys. You guys are our loyal core.
Yeah. I really don't have any friends, since my friend's only for me around here. I'll tell you, that guy was like 90% of my life. Everything we did together, talked every day and all that crap. And,
Yep.
Carl's a good friend, but he's somebody else I don't really care to be around because they're all alcoholics. And I don't drink, so. Even my friend Paul, I've known for 42 years, they come up every few around him because he drinks so damn much, and I don't like it. Especially when you can sit and watch somebody change before your very eyes when they started out at 6 in the evening drinking, and by 10 o'clock at night you're talking to a different. It's just crazy to watch the transformation.
Sometimes it's fun too. Parents.
Oh, you guys probably can't, well, you can't see Shelby, but he's laying right here next to me.
Of course he is. Bit's right there.
Well, the moon's not
It's,
going to be up for a while.
it's right there.
And Saturn, Jupiter is just about as bright as the moon coming through the trees. That's crazy.
It really.
Well, the moon now.
I know. The
Hey,
house.
hey, kitty cat.
Salem.
No raccoons.
No raccoons.
Not many kitties around us either.
Yeah, they're probably in the house in the air conditioning, like intelligent, not sitting around a fire in 78 degrees lately. I just saw Captain Jack the other morning when I was leaving for work, looking guilty. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and that guy that I told you earlier that I think Spirit Kitty actually has a name. That's his cat Milo. They have another black cat named Mia, and
It's cute.
um, but he said Mia doesn't go out of the house, so I don't think Bright Eyes is Mia.
Nope.
And his other cat, he says, is a 30-pound black cat. Well, that's definitely not Bright Eyes.
We got one of those too. That's
Yeah,
honest.
it is weird. Captain Jack has not been on the trail cameras at all.
Like I said, he was right by the. He was right by the woodpile. Funny thing is how he got his name when they first got that cat. He's got that, what's it called?
Hyperdysplasia.
Hyperplasia. So when he walks, she couldn't figure out what to call him, and I'm like, I don't know, but he kind of walks like Captain Jack Sparrow. So that's how Captain Jack.
No, Queen, you're here. What did I miss?
Huh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Instant asshole. Just add alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a story, guys, that frickin' blew me away. 5 years ago, I had a friend, Julius. Him and I lived up here when we were 4 summers up here, from like May till school started again in early September or the end of August. And we stayed here for 2.5 months and lived together. It was awesome. Best time of my life. Well, he kind of got into drugs and
Kinda.
he actually ended up in prison for attempted murder over a drug deal gone bad. But he got out
Yeah, that's kinda
and kind of straightened. Well, 5 years ago in the summer, we were in bed sleeping, and we don't shut the door generally or lock the door. Well, all of a sudden we hear voices in the house. I jumped up out of bed. What the fuck? Who's here? Julius and this other guy, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but they were both drunk as a skunk. It was like 7 in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, or whatever. Oh, well, we just come up to stay over Paul and Cares, blah, blah, blah. Well, they ended up staying up that day, all that night, and into the next day, and then they turned around and drove home after drinking constantly. About a month later or less, yes, ended up getting in a car accident and killing how many people?
3, I think.
2 or 3 people in a head-on collision because he was driving drunk. And that was on national news. It wasn't just local news. It was because it happened down by Detroit. It ended up being on the national news. And I'm like, holy crap, I played horseshoes with that guy a couple weeks ago. It was about 2 weeks after.
I completely forgot that they broke into our house.
Yeah, they just walked right in the door.
I completely forgot about that. Oh my God. After that, when it was after they left and everything, it was like, yeah, we're locking the doors tonight.
Your funny attitude. What is that? Can you guys hear that?
I don't know what that was sounding.
Oh, I'm not against drinking. I just don't anymore. I used to.
Boy, did he used to. I used to be really.
She still drinks wine once in a while.
I used to be a professional.
Our breaking up is getting worse.
Is your phone dying? Is your phone dying? The one that's filming us.
No, I don't think so.
I'm like, not the phone in your hand. That
Well,
one.
I still got 60% on that phone.
Mm.
Now what I do?
That's true, Queen. That is very true.
Can you hear us any better if I stand here?
I'm wondering if they're getting any interference from the air conditioner.
Yes, let me turn off the AC. That could be.
Yeah, Christina, the odd glass bottle. You know, whatever.
Sorry about that, guys. I didn't even realize you guys probably could hear that air conditioner running. What's hard about it?
Shh.
What'd you hear?
I don't know. It was that same noise that we heard. But
I can't hear it.
it's closer. It's a very strange. I don't know what that was. That was creepy.
What's hard about drinking, harmonica man? Not drinking's the hard part, isn't it?
Yeah. That,
There's been times I've been tempted to pick up a beer or something lately, but can you guys hear what she's hearing? My hearing's horrible.
either it's voices way in the distance that are yelling, but I keep hearing the same.
Hi, Salem. Hi, baby.
Very strange noise.
Very weird. I heard it once. Might be just an owl. It kind of sounded that way.
No, it was not an owl. It sounded like a. It sounded like a seagull.
Maybe you're hearing assholes outside on their deck.
Doing seagull calls? It sounded like a. It was literally. It sounded like a seagull, which we don't have any of around here.
I don't know.
It was weird.
Well, we're definitely gonna try to do some recording tonight. If I hear anything, you guys will hear it tomorrow.
Boy, did we have a scare the other night, though. He went to turn on the. He was sitting there listening with the recorder, and all of a sudden it went off and wouldn't turn back on.
Yeah, oh my God. My audio recorder would not turn on. I was freaking out. I heard it that time. Did you guys hear it?
I think it's people. I don't know what the hell they're doing, though. What are they yelling about?
Maybe he's abusing his wife up there.
It's bizarre.
Probably 30% diminished from normal.
Unless I'm talking, and then it's about 90% diminished.
That's right.
That is.
Just kind of
Do you remember on Family Guy when they had the seagull in the?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it sounded like. I was like, is that is that a seagull?
I could put on my headphones and listen.
Buffering, breaking up.
Ugh.
Move your phone to a new spot.
I will try that.
That's exactly what it sounded like. It sounded like the seagull in Family Guy when he was sitting in the movie theater laughing. Which internet do you have your phone connected to? The 2.4 or the 5?
I don't remember.
Because the 2.4 has a longer range.
Is that better, guys? It is closer. Did that help any? I moved it closer to the hotspot box.
Internet's kind of spotty out here.
Christina, both Northern Michigan and I both appreciate your comments on our videos. I read your comments on his too. Okay, hopefully that helped. Well, I can't believe we've been on for this long. I was just gonna pop in and say hi.
Yeah, he's at a short little live, and I was like, it never ends up that way.
Oh my God, guys, we just broke the record. Now we're at 23. Thanks to all you guys for joining us.
Especially on such short notice. Our Saturday night fire party.
Oh, come on, phone.
What happened?
It froze up for a second. I don't know who'd be lighting fireworks off or firecrackers. That's why we don't see any cats out here. Duh. Even Shelby's gone. He was right here next to me. That's why they're gone.
Salem's not, but Shelby's sitting right by the window. Like, I'm getting ready to run just in case.
No, but I've sneezed hard enough to make her jump. Oh, there's been other things I've done to make her jump.
Constantly. Then he looks at me and says, why are you so jumpy?
Yes, she's not lying.
23 years.
Yeah, hard to believe, 23 years. My God, we both gave up the best parts of our lives for each other.
He stole my youth. I was a girl when I met him. I was 27.
Oh my God, you guys. I think it's firecrackers.
No,
It could be a 22.
it's firecrackers. It's firecrackers. It's not a gunshot.
I don't know about that.
It sounds like it's coming from Dave.
Who only lights one firecracker at a effing time?
The little M80s.
That made it be a hell of a lot louder than that.
So would a gun.
22s are not that loud. Festalon Greyhawk, welcome.
No, Catitude, it's not coming from that direction.
Yeah, it's coming from behind us, a-holes to our right. A-holes to the right of me. Well,
Are you
not to the right,
are you-
farther to the right.
Wow. Are you trying to like quote Steelers wheel here?
I'm thinking too, it might Harmonica Man.
Digging into some
If it
trivia
keeps
there.
happening, I'm gonna go check it out, no doubt. Well, I guess we're gonna get going, guys. If you guys think of any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer them. Thanks, Christina.
We try. Nothing. There's nothing phony here. That's for sure. We're not. We,
I don't have the energy to be an actress.
you know, we thought about throwing Carl across the river with his long hair, and like putting on a black jacket and having face away from us and like stick his head out from behind the tree. Because with his long hair, it would look like a big furry thing looking out from behind the tree. But we don't want to prank nobody.
Oh, you want to know what he did to me once? When this whole thing started and he was sitting out here listening? Took his big old muddy hand and put it on the window and smeared it down the window.
Oh, no, not quite. I took a freaking big welder's glove.
Oh, yeah, it was a glove.
Big welder's glove, and I put it in the mud, and I smacked it on our bedroom window and slid it down the window. So there was this massive handprint, probably 8-10 inches wide by about a foot long on the window.
That I didn't see until
She didn't see it for days later. She opened the curtains one day and shit. We'll see you, Mega Desi. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I was just like, oh my God, you're such a jerk. And then, of course, I made him clean it off the window.
But yeah, it freaked her out a little bit.
Just
But,
a
you know,
touch.
it's one of them delayed jokes. It took days for the payoff. I saw Carl just before dark. I went out to let one of the cats in, and he rode down the road on that thing, and he just turned around and went back the other way, and I sent him a message. It's like, what the F are you doing, patrolling? Like A-hole up there does on his side-by-side.
Aren't you afraid the bears are going to get
Yeah,
you?
Carl's afraid the bears are going to... He rides his lawnmower down here. That's why he don't come down to fires at night. He's afraid to ride his lawnmower home in the dark because of bears. There are no bears around here.
He said that to me, and like I just sat there for 5 seconds waiting to see if he was joking, and I just started laughing. I was like, "Are you serious? There's been a bear sighting here once
In 3 years.
one time, and it was nowhere near us. It was a mile away at the beginning of the vista."
Yeah, about a mile from here, somebody saw a bear, and it was a blurry picture. She saw a bear on the way to work. So unfortunately, it was on the side of the road. It got hit by a car, but that was probably
That was a cub.
8 miles from here.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to say that part,
Yeah,
but
it was a cub.
anyways,
It
but
wasn't-
yeah.
It's sad.
Last weekend we were sitting out there, and it was just about getting dark, and my friend Paul was up here, and Carl said, "Will you follow me home?" And I'm like, "Why, are you afraid of the effing bears?" And Carl didn't say anything. I said, "You are afraid of the bears, aren't you?" And that was why he wanted Paul to follow him, because he was afraid of the bears, afraid the bear's going to jump on him while he's riding his lawnmower.
He said he can't outrun a bear on his lawnmower.
It's crazy that he believes that. But Paul really effed with him. And Paul goes, "Well, I never heard of a bear sighting except for the one they saw last night." And Carl's like, "Really, where?" And Paul says, "We're right over here by where they got the goats, just up the road." And Carl believed him. Paul's a good straight man.
Oh my God. He's literally afraid of a bear. I'm like, I'd be more afraid of a skunk. Or a porcupine.
Yeah, it's a battery-powered lawnmower. But yeah, thankfully we don't have a bear issue around here. Not that I think they'd even bother us.
No. That bear was seen once. I mean, there are bears around here, but not like close to here.
Here we go!
There's bears out towards Remus.
You know,
I want to see a bear.
just not real close to
Yeah.
here.
Like on my way to work one morning, I wouldn't mind seeing a bear away from here. I did see a bobcat one morning, like a month and a half ago on my way to work early one morning, and it just bounced across the road, and I was like, that was a bobcat.
Pretty soon, if we stay out here long enough tonight, that full moon's going to be right up there in the sky, and we're going to be sitting out here on the spotlight, because that sucker's going to be bright tonight.
Sure is. She already
And
is.
hopefully Jupiter keeps coming with the moon like it was, so I might get some good video of that if we stay up late enough. Well, yeah, Carl's got a car. He traded off to his wife or ex-wife. They're still married. He says ex-wife, but they're still freaking married. She lives down in St. Clair Shores, but he traded.
Oh,
She had a Honda Odyssey minivan, and he had his 2014 Prius. And I don't understand that Prius. It only had 12 miles of range on the battery, the electric part. That's what's the point? He could drive to town and back, and that if he nursed it, he could make it back there and back on the battery charge. But anyways, he swapped his wife's car, so now he's got the older Honda Odyssey minivan, but he won't put insurance on it because he doesn't want to spend the money on it. So that's why he drives his lawnmower so much, in case you guys were wondering.
so every time he does that, he's putting insurance on, like if he has to drive down there and then he takes it back off. And I'm like, how many times do you think the insurance company's going to let you do that?
Yeah, we figured that the bears wouldn't bother us any. In fact, the night last summer when that one was spotted, we took off down the road with the spotlight and the camera, and I was trying to find it. And we found where came out of the swamp and across the road, you could see the four wet footprints crossing the road. And I got out and I started filming. I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute. These tracks are really, really wet. That sucker might be sitting right there watching me, but obviously nothing happened.
No. That was in the fall, too. It was in like October.
I've seen a cougar mountain lion thing here once in the early 90s. I was driving home at like 3 o'clock in the morning back in my drinking days, and a sucker ran right through my high beams, right in front of my car, about 20 feet in front of me. And man, you wouldn't think it would bother you, but the hair on my arms and my neck stood up. It scared the crap out of me, even though I was in my car going, 45, 50 miles an hour.
Probably
And it just
faster than
freaked
that.
me out so much that all the hair on my neck and arms stood up. It scared the crap out of me. I hope to never see one of those again.
Although they claim that there are
None of those around.
yeah, they're not in Michigan. And then they got one on a trail cam a couple of years ago up in the Upper Peninsula, and they said, oh, that cougar was from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I was like, why? Did it have a Packers jersey and a cheesehead hat? How do you know it's from Wisconsin? It didn't have a tracking device or anything on it.
They're definitely here in Michigan. They just don't want to admit it.
Was he a Packers fan?
Hi, Hawk. We're right. If you put your hand up like the map of Michigan and point to the center of your hand, that's right about where we are.
Yep, pretty much dead center. Yep, mid-mitten.
He can drive the lawnmower legally on this road because it's a private road. Technically, you really don't need insurance on this private road, or license plates, or any of that, or ATV stickers, or ORV stickers, or your four-wheelers, none of that.
Because it's a private road.
You know, it's maintained by us, not the county.
Yep. It's basically like a big, long driveway. Is what it is.
Well, guys, I guess we're gonna wrap it up. I'm glad you guys came, though. It was fun, really fun. Never dreamed a chat or a live could last this long and not end up boring. I hope you guys had fun. We did,
We sure
for
did.
sure. Oh man, the engine power on that lawnmower would be considered like amp hours, and it can run on 2 batteries. I don't know if you can see this or not, but the batteries are about 10 inches long and 8 inches around. They're quite large, and it can be run on 2. He has 4, but it will hold 6. He gets an incredible amount of cutting time out of those 4 batteries. It's really amazing. He can do 4 or 5 lawns before he's got to recharge it again. But the bad part is those batteries are $400 a piece. He thinks he's saving money. I don't know. He paid like $5,000 for the lawnmower. It's just, he had a beautiful lawnmower. It was almost like brand new with a bagging system, all that crap. But he didn't want to use gasoline, so he sold that for $800 and spent $5,000 on this other lawnmower. It's insane.
We could have bought 5 cars for that much.
Yeah. I'm driving my car still 7 years later that I paid $550 for. That I put the motor in that was in the other car before that. That was in another car before that. In fact, the motor that's in my car I'm driving right now has been in 4 different Intrepid Concord combinations in almost 20 years.
Yep.
Yep, the motor's got over 300,000 miles. I maintained it and all that crap really well. But yeah, it's in the 4th car. No, I won't say it. It's been 18 years, 2003. That was the first Intrepid I got
Yep.
when I got that motor. So,
Yes.
so 18 years.
He loves his Intrepids.
Yes, I do like the Intrepid because I know everything about them. I can fix them blindfolded.
You change a crank sensor on the side of the road.
Yeah, can change the train or change. I used to be able to change an engine in 8 hours, but I don't know if I can
You
do
can
that
change
anymore.
a transmission and get back up here in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, there was one time I was driving home. I had to go back downstate at the time to get an unemployment check, I believe.
I believe so.
And I got about 30 miles from here and the trans blew in my car, so I had to get a tow truck, towed it all the way back down to the city, down by Detroit. Got a freaking transmission, put the transmission in, and I was back up here the next day. So, I used to be really good at mechanical stuff.
He still is.
Well, I'm still good at it, I just physically can't do it as well. So.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. So we love you guys for being here with us.
Yes, thank you.
It was way too long in between lives. We'll try not to make it so long. Till the next time.
And we'll give you more warning next time, too.
Yeah, we'll give you more than 15 minutes warning. So we appreciate you guys big time. Thanks for spending an hour and a half with us. That's
Thanks,
insane,
guys.
insane to think about. But thank you guys all and have a good night. Especially you that stayed up super late or up really early.
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.